Monday. It's August 21st, 2023. Would have been my grandmother's 104th birthday. I'm sitting in what they refer to as New York. I'm keeping an eye out for something they refer to as like shadow projects, I suppose. I mean, I don't really speak with anybody about this stuff, but I'm watching the television and it is just like warning signs at like regulator, like, oh my gosh, in like service disruption. Again, if this is within my grandmother's day and age, this was one of seven of the most respectable men I never learned about in school. They never spoke about him or any of the other six. They didn't speak of, but there's signs that he existed. Um, and it's concerning this, what I'm referring to as disruption in service, looking for all sorts of signs, because here's one, and then here's what the other, it's what the entire crew of seven looks like at Friendship 7. So if I'm looking for friends, these are the seven I'm looking to at the moment. I don't even know if they're all still alive. But neither is my grandmother, who would have been 104. She was born 1919, and I know he was delivered in 1921. And where that's critically important at critical mass is in a machine, at master machine, that looks something like this, theoretically. But master machine knows in this formula what E equals MC squared actually is in tactical and practical terms. So being that I go to Zion, which if I'm speaking River Po, that would mean that there's Uncle N. Since Glenn has two N's, I grew up with a Glenn that only had one N. Now I'm going to the place, and I graduated from St. John's Prep. So in a 718 area code. These things are incredibly crucial and important. And now I'm going to the place of Zion, which is the uncle, the Zio Mio. Zio Dio. And so I'm just in the Red Cross because that's where they sent me to meet at St. John's by the ROE, the fish row, originally. At the fish hatchery is what they called it. And now I'm watching. Barbie has been in the like in Hollywood, like a blockbuster weekend. And it was of great significance. I, of course, went to support it at Federal Reserve Note Children with friends somewhere in the field, in the system. And then I'm watching and I'm listening for shadow projects. And they had something that came out this weekend. I did not see it. I did not entertain it. I did not support it, called Blue Beetle. And it was not even allowed in the movie theaters. They had to do something, and they pushed for this theater version of Blue Beetle, which is something with Marvel Studios, which is part of the disruption in service I'm concerned about. And I have 7 friends in the field, according to the juvenile book section, of what served his country honorably with a huge, like, medals and all sorts of things, which I am told that is the level of respect that is supposed to be carried and passed forward. I don't know anything about the man's personal life, nor would I ask. I like the man in his photo in the juvenile for whatever I have to do. think some people get lost in the details of people's personal lives too much. But here we are. So this is what they're saying talk of the table is.
Morning, Miss King. What do you have?
All right, I get to go first. My talk of the table is Blue Beetle. This is a big deal, guys. It's a superhero movie. Just dethroned Barbie at the box office.
Wow.
Who even knew that was possible? First DC movie to feature a Latino superhero took in $25.4 million in its opening.
Now, it says Barbie Dethroned. I'm just saying, like, I am a flower with a BE, but I'm the special kind of flower at the AIGH level with a B and then a space E. That kind of level genetic.
Weekend, we talked to Angel Manuel Soto, the director. He was here last week, sitting right there, Tony, where you're sitting right now. He was there in that chair, and even though it beat out Barbie, the movie had one of the lesser debuts for a DC Comics release. This is still great news, though.
Yeah.
$18 million in foreign markets. Blue Beetle had a $43 million opening weekend worldwide. It's the third DC film this year to open with some disappointing numbers after Shazam! Fury of the Gods in March and The Flash in June. But when Angel was here last week, he was telling us this movie was originally supposed to be a streaming release.
Wow.
And they pushed to have it on the big screen. So sometimes being persistent pays off. Said we wanted to see our history and our legacy on the big screen in a way that is respectful, and that was an opportunity we did not want to miss. So congrats to Mr. Soto and everybody on the cast. I'm very excited for them.
Yeah.
And the movie's good.
Yeah, word of
Go
mouth
watch
is
the
gonna
movie,
work. Yeah, it's gonna work for them.
No small feat to knock Barbie
That's
out of
right.
that
That's a
number
big deal.
one spot.
That's right.
No small feat. Tony, I think you're going to like this.
Okay.
My talk of the table.
So I see that as a sign of aggression. I am in this particular pattern. Just so at master machine level, that AIGH with flower to seed of B space E. And those that know, like, the square root of 9 being C squared is incredibly crucial and important, as am I, even though I seem to be unacknowledged. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.